We meet the Collingwood family. John, a kind-hearted doctor, his wife Emma, and their 17-year-old daughter, Mari. Mari is a competitive swimmer. The family leaves the city for a much-needed vacation at their remote, secluded guest house by the lake. Mari immediately meets up with her old friend Paige, who works as a cashier at a local store. It's a long overdue reunion. Suddenly, a young man named Justin enters the store and asks Paige for a pack of cigarettes. This small request becomes the catalyst for the entire nightmare. Since Justin does not have a valid ID proving he is over 18, Paige refuses to sell him the cigarettes. Justin then makes an enticing offer. He invites Paige and Mari to his hotel room, promising them drugs and alcohol that they won't find anywhere else if Paige just sells them the pack. Paige, a heavy user of narcotics, agrees instantly. She convinces Mari to come along. Mari calls her mother Emma and says she wants to spend the night with Paige. Emma is hesitant. Mari is only 17. The conversation abruptly cuts out due to poor cell phone reception. A major storm is brewing in the area. Paige, Mari, and Justin are now relaxing in the hotel room. However, Justin is not alone. His family members are also there. His father, Krug, his uncle, Francis, and Krug's girlfriend, Sadie. In a flashback, we learn that Krug, Francis, and Sadie are violent criminals who are currently on the run from the police after committing a major crime. Their faces are plastered across every newspaper. To evade capture, they hide in the room all day, only using Justin, the sole innocent member of the family, to fetch essential supplies and food. Krug is furious that Justin brought two strangers, Mari and Paige, back to their hideout. Krug and Francis immediately grow suspicious. They fear that the girls have seen their faces and might recognize them from the news, leading to their arrest. They decide that the girls cannot be allowed to leave alive. Mari and Paige are brutally kidnapped. They plead for release, promising they won't say anything to the police, but the criminals refuse to listen. The girls panic and try desperately to escape, but they are overpowered. Krug realizes the hotel is no longer safe. Using Mari's car, the criminals tie up the girls and drive out of town. Francis begins to sexually harass Paige in the car, but the helpless girls are forced to endure it in silence. As they drive, the highway splits into two different directions. Krug is unsure which way to go. Mari sees a chance. She deliberately guides them down the wrong road, the one that leads straight to her family's guest house. As they near her cottage's lane, Mari suddenly tries to lunge out of the car. A violent struggle erupts inside the vehicle. The fight causes Krug to lose control, and the car careens off the road, crashing violently into a tree in the dense woods. Everyone is injured, but Mari sees her opportunity and runs. Sadie and Francis drag a heavily injured Paige out of the car and begin to beat her. When Sadie attacks Mari, Paige manages to grab a thick tree branch and impale Sadie in the stomach. Mari and Paige briefly escape. Sadie and Francis chase Paige deeper into the woods, while Krug manages to recapture Mari. Paige keeps running despite a severe leg injury from the crash. She sees a distant factory and screams for help, but the noise of the machinery drowns out her cries. Moments later, Sadie and Francis catch her and drag her back to the others. Paige is bound and thrown onto the ground. Krug turns to his son Justin and, in a horrifying display of cruelty, forces the deeply reluctant boy to violate Mari. Justin is helpless and unable to resist his father's commands, but Mari struggles fiercely against all of them. Meanwhile, a distraught and captive Paige screams profanities at Krug. Enraged, Krug viciously pulls out a knife and stabs Paige repeatedly, killing her. Mari is forced to watch her friend's brutal murder. She sobs, clutching Paige's lifeless body, but can do nothing. Krug throws Mari to the ground. In front of the others, he sexually assaults her. During the monstrous attack, Krug rips a necklace from Mari's throat. Justin secretly picks up the locket and hides it. When the assault is over, Mari uses the last of her strength to break free and run back into the woods. She knows she won't be able to run far in her injured state. Knowing they will catch her, Mari decides on a final, desperate move. She dives into the river. As a swimmer, she believes she can escape by swimming downstream. Krug fires shots at her. Unfortunately, after several attempts, a bullet strikes Mari in the back. Mari loses consciousness and floats downstream. Suddenly, the brewing storm breaks into a fierce downpour. With no other option for shelter in the thick forest, Krug, Francis, Sadie, and Justin seek refuge in the nearest available house. Astonishingly, the house they choose is Mari's own family guest house, the Collingwoods' home. Inside the house, John and Emma are startled by the knock on the door in the middle of the raging storm. Krug and the others lie, saying they were in a car accident and desperately need shelter. John, the compassionate doctor, agrees to take them in. He even tends to Francis's injuries. Emma serves them hot coffee and offers them the guest house's detached outhouse for the night as the storm shows no sign of stopping. As Justin walks into the kitchen to place his empty mug, a jolt of horror courses through him. He sees a family photograph of Mari on the refrigerator. He realizes that John and Emma are Mari's parents. Overwhelmed with fear and guilt, and unsure if Mari is even alive, Justin leaves Mari's locket on the kitchen table before heading out to the outhouse. Emma has been suspicious of the group since they arrived. They don't act like ordinary people in distress. As she and John talk, John hears another knock on the front door. They open it, but no one is there. They search the perimeter and are horrified by what they find. Mari, barely alive and severely injured, lying outside. John rushes Mari inside and begins treating her. As Emma frantically searches for medical supplies in the kitchen, she spots Mari's locket on the table. In an instant, she understands. The people hiding in their outhouse are responsible for her daughter's near-death condition. John successfully removes the bullet from Mari's back. Realizing they are in grave danger, they decide they must escape immediately. Their car is gone, so they plan to use their speedboat. Unfortunately, John cannot find the boat keys. Emma grabs knives from the kitchen for self-defense. Suddenly, Francis enters, asking for a beer to warm himself up. Emma freezes but pretends nothing is wrong, instinctively hiding Mari's photograph from the fridge. She tries to keep Francis from seeing Mari, who is lying in the next room. However, as Francis leaves the kitchen, he spots Mari and stares in shock. Emma immediately attacks Francis, smashing a beer bottle over his head. John rushes in, and a struggle begins. Francis shouts out the window, trying to call the others. John is focused. He knows Francis is injured and strategically hits the very spot he just treated earlier, knowing a second blow will greatly weaken him. John then tries to drown Francis in the sink. Finally, John grabs a hammer and brutally strikes Francis on the head repeatedly until he is dead. This shocking act of violence frightens Emma, but it ignites a new resolve in both parents. Their escape plan is abandoned. A burning hatred takes over, a deep, visceral need for revenge. No parent can stand by when monsters violate their child. John and Emma arm themselves with any weapon they can find and head for the outhouse where Krug and Sadie are asleep. Justin sits inside with a gun, guarding them. As John and Emma enter, Justin immediately hands his gun over to John. He refuses to fight alongside his family. He's disgusted by their crimes and never wanted any part of them. Now, he finally has a chance to choose a side. Sadie wakes up and John instantly shoots her. John and Krug begin to fight. Krug crashes through a window and falls outside. Sadie, who is only wounded, locks herself in the bathroom. Krug kicks the bathroom door open. Sadie grabs a metal rod and attacks John, but Emma arrives just in time and shoots Sadie in the eye, killing her. Krug, terrified, hides inside the main house. Before going after the criminals, John and Emma take Mari to the river and secure her safely in a boat. John re-enters his house, searching every corner for Krug. When he can't find him, John roars in fury. "If you have any guts, show yourself. You attacked my innocent, helpless daughter. Now fight her father." Krug, the monster, hides and shouts obscenities back at John. John tracks the sound. Krug ambushes him, severely wounding John. But John, driven by a father's resolve to avenge his daughter's rape and murder attempt, refuses to give up. As they continue to fight, John spots the speedboat keys that Krug had dropped during the struggle. John hits Krug with a table, grabs the keys and tries to escape, but Krug beats him into unconsciousness. Suddenly, Justin rushes in and shoots his father with the gun. Krug is stunned. However, the gun is empty. Krug, in disbelief that his own son tried to kill him, says he loved him but calls him a traitor. He then violently impales Justin with a metal rod. The man who has no respect for other people's children shows no love for his own. Emma arrives and intervenes, saving Justin. John regains consciousness, and they both attack Krug, finally subduing him. The horrific night is finally over. At dawn, John, Emma, Mari, and Justin leave the house via speedboat, but after ensuring their safety, John returns alone. John savagely breaks every one of Krug's limbs. Krug is still alive, unable to move anything except his head. John then brings out a microwave oven. He meticulously secures Krug's head inside the oven chamber. John turns on the oven, saying, "Be comfortable now." He walks away. Krug screams in agony as the microwave heats up his head. His screams of torture are heard by no one. After a few agonizing minutes, the intense heat causes Krug's head to explode. Krug receives a horrifying, deserved punishment. John is finally avenged, the silent scream of his innocent daughter echoing in his ears. The movie ends on a chilling note, suggesting that justice is not always served by the system. Sometimes it takes a parent's unbreakable will and the courage of the victim's loved ones to deliver the kind of severe justice that truly fits the crime. If you want more intense recaps that will leave you on the edge of your seat, hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next horrific tale.